Good afternoon. My name is Trevor Addy, and I'm the Associate Attorney here at Horman Nichols Law Firm. I'm here today to talk to you all about protective orders. So what is a protective order? A protective order is one of three types of restraining orders available here in the state of Maryland. It's available to victims of abuse who fall within certain specified relationships with their abusers, such as by blood, marriage, or adoption. It should not be confused with what is called an extreme risk protective order, which is a court order requiring a person to surrender their firearms and ammunition to law enforcement and to not purchase or possess firearms or ammunition while that order is in effect. An extreme risk protective order does not provide the same relief as a protective order. A protective order provides relief from domestic violence, child abuse, or vulnerable adult abuse in the form of a court order, which can provide for use and possession of the family home, no contact orders, stay-away orders from businesses, workplaces, and schools, orders providing for custody of minor children, orders to surrender firearms, and orders to pay emergency family maintenance, amongst other forms of relief. So what are some considerations for parties to a protective order? Well, if you're the petitioner or the person who is requesting the protective order, you should know that a protective order is a court order for protection designed to protect you from abuse from the respondent or the person against whom the order is issued. A respondent can be held in contempt or charged with a criminal offense for violating a protective order, and the penalties can range from up to 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine for a first offense to up to a year in jail and a $2,500 fine for the second or subsequent offenses. A protective order can also provide for emergency family maintenance, which is a form of financial support required by respondents to be paid to eligible petitioners. If you're a respondent or the person against whom the order is issued, you should know that protective order hearings are matters of public record, and as such can be found by employers, background investigators, security clearance investigators, and the general public at large. They may be found either by going to the court clerk's office or through the Maryland Judiciary Case Search Database, which is a public online database. The issuance of an order against you could require you to surrender your firearms and prohibit you from owning, possessing, or coming into possession of firearms while the order is in effect. And finally, the passage of a final protective order may result in a judicial finding of abuse against you. Though simple in concept, protective orders can become complex proceedings involving 2 and sometimes 3 hearings before matters are finalized. In addition, the burden of proof, which is on the petitioner, may change depending on what stage the proceeding is at, be it the initial interim protective order, a temporary protective order, or a final protective order. There are multiple ways that a protective order case may be resolved, and they may include dismissing the protective order, consenting to the protective order, or going to trial and letting a judge determine. If you are the petitioner or the respondent in a protective order proceeding, I strongly advise consulting with an attorney to determine what your options may be. And to that end, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to send me an email or call me at my office. Thank you and have a good afternoon.